Hello everybody, this is Jehoiadak Maccabeus Everyday Survival, and I'm going to do a video today on a box trap. I think everybody ought to have the ability to make one, whether you're in an urban suburban environment or a small town or on a homestead or wherever you are. If you're living out in the wild, you can still make one of these. I have made one out of a hollow log. It was naturally hollow, and one of the keys to this is how you set your trigger and the bait. But I'll swap this camera around if I can. Before I do though, I got all my uppers pulled, not because any of them they were rotten, but because the ones on this side were getting real loose in the gum due to the sinus and the eye issue, and just was having issues with that, with them moving around, getting infected, and opted for the more economic way to do it because no insurance. And I had them all pulled. They gave me a temporary. It looks good, but I can't. It looks okay. I can't talk with it. I can't eat with it. My gums have shrank up so much since they made it. The palate was way back too far, and I couldn't even move my tongue around in there. And I took my Dremel tool and dremeled it out, so I can at least do that. But even poly gripped in, they're still real loose, and so I don't even use them. I'll have my new one in probably another month. I kind of got postponed because I am working, so but I am getting a permanent one that works for me. Let me swap this camera around here if I can, and I'll get busy with it. All right, this is a box trap, and I'll start this off. This is all stuff from the sawmill. It is in dimensional sizes, a lot of it. This was actually on the side of the highway. A pallet load fell off somebody's trailer and it laid there for a couple days, and I went and picked all of it up in my carry-all in the back of my Blazer, brought it home, cut up what wasn't reusable, but that's what I built this box trap out of. Box trap just needs 4 sides, an end, and a sliding gate that can drop down. You see everything. I put a hole in the top for my post. That's my pivot point. There's a hole for the trigger. You're seeing this in good detail. See the slides here for the door, both sides. What's up, bud? All right, let me pause this for a second and set the trap up for you. Okay, this is what it looks like set up. The door is just a slide gate set up, goes down through them tracks I showed a second ago. It's tied to this canter point, the pivot point. This is the post. Back up a little bit there so you can see. It's a square notch in the box with a square post that slides down in, and I cut this block right here to slide in. It's squared, so it kind of locks it in place. Then I don't have to screw it down. I can take it apart when I want to move it. Rope on the other end with the old yellow pine broom handle notched out. See that? And you want to just barely set that notch in there. You don't want it set all the way in. You just want it a 1/16 to 1/8 of an inch. That way when the animal barely bumps it, it sets the trap off. If you set it fully deep, they can get in and get out of it. Same with the live catches. Hold on, let me show you one more time everything. Hope it all makes sense to you. I'll set it off so you can see what happens. That's with it set off. Anyway, back to what I was saying. You want to set them triggers just as light as you can. I'll take that out later and set it today, and if I catch anything in it, I'll make another video about it. But these do work. It's best to use bait. You're not going to get, more than likely, something just walk in there. Apples work real good for rabbits and coon. Just old field corn works good for coon. You want your bait on the back side of that trigger towards the back wall. That way they have to bump that trigger before they get to it. The store-bought live catches, they have a real long trigger when you set them. And I may do a video with them later, but you just barely want that rod to slide into the trigger hole. Otherwise, if you set that thing all the way, you'd take a 50-pound cat to set it off. I got something else to add here, so I'm going to pause it. This is one that I built out of a hog crate several years ago. There's the post. Part of it's missing. It's been sitting around for a few years. Got the slide gate on the front. But box traps are very handy, people. It was an old black lady in South Carolina that taught me about box traps. And she was pretty poor, lived way out in the country. And she used it to catch possums and rabbits, whatever she could get. And I was only probably about 8 to 10 years old. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. Everybody stay safe. Have a good day.